The human sphere, a multinational colonization of the galaxy, is under threat from the Combined Army, an expansionist alien empire led by the Evolved Intelligence. Prevented from mass invasion because of the dangers of unstable wormhole travel, they are now in the last stages of completing the Acheron Gateway. It is now down to an elite squad of soldiers gathered from the far corners of the human sphere to traverse the wormhole and sabotage the aliens' plans before it's too late. These are the chronicles of their mission aboard the Defiance. The away team for the Defiance have been gathered and briefed on their mission. Along with two other ships, the Orpheus and the Silencer, they will be travelling through the unstable Acheron Gate wormhole using the new Minotaur drive. This new technology will allow them to reach combined space in relative safety, something that has previously been impossible, to take the fight to the Combined Army. And it has come at a time of dire need, as O12, the human sphere's watchdogs, have garnered intel that the Combined will soon have a stabilized gateway to our galaxy, thus dooming all of mankind. Just as the team of the Defiance finish their briefing, the facility comes under attack from the Shazvasti, insidious infiltration specialists of the Combined. Now it is a fight for survival to get off the facility in one piece. The team of the Defiance are approaching the hangar. However, the Shazvasti are now boarding the facility and beginning to overrun the team's escape route. The team must first eliminate the Nox Special Ops team and open the door to the hangar using the console. Once inside the hangar, they must find a way to release the locking mechanisms holding their dropship Stalker in place. Their pilot, Agnes Ferreira, is aboard the dropship, but the Shazvasti have her captured. Finally, the Tohar HVT, Vara Zandar, has locked herself in the adjoining room. Shazvasti Cadmus are now hacking the console to gain access to her, and it is of vital importance to the Defiance's mission that Vara is saved. With more reinforcements on their way, the team has to act quickly. Qian Gao, the leader of the team, is the tank. He has the highest wound capacity, able to take 12 wounds before becoming incapacitated. He also has the highest aggro, also preventing the enemy from reinforcing too quickly. This is made even more useful by his ability to take aggro away from his teammates, helping to hold off enemy reinforcements for longer. His move of 5 is the slowest in the team, but certainly isn't slow by any measure. He's equipped with heavy armor, giving him an extra 2 black dice rolls in addition to his base blue die against physical attacks. He can also re-roll any blank facing die when rolling for defense. This makes him very hard to wound against physical attacks, but with only 1 black die roll for his BTS, he's very vulnerable to cyber attacks. He also carries a heavy shotgun. The attack has 2 blue dice, which are more commonly defensive, but the shield results can be changed to successes with the switch. There is also a built-in success, helping to increase the chance of harming the enemy, and along with the second switch, he's able to harm enemies that are stacked close together. The final switch is activated with a special symbol and stuns the enemy, hamstringing them in any further engagements. Uma is the range specialist of the team. She's an average wound capacity of 8, has a decent aggro limit of 5, and a fairly agile move of 6. Where she shines is in her ability to cause high damage output with her twin pistols. With 2 light weapons equipped, she's able to add an extra yellow die to her attack rolls. It also allows her to convert any blank roll on a die's face to a success. Along with an orange and blue attack roll with the pistol and a high chance to get the switch activated, she can be a fast damage dealer. She also wears a precision helmet, which increases her maximum firearms range by 1, and tactical armor, giving her a decent blue and black die defense roll against attacks. Kaidan is the melee specialist of the team. He can tank damage with 10 hit points and is agile with a move of 6. His ferocity and frenzied nature makes him a loud and direct fighter, making his aggro limit only 4. Kaidan needs momentum to make him effective and adds 2 successes to any attack as long as he has moved in the same activation. His frenzy also allows him to reposition easily after combat, as he can displace for every wound inflicted. Being from Ariadna and having no cube or digital equipment, he's unable to be hacked. This is both an advantage when facing a technologically advanced threat, but conversely means he cannot be buffed by allied hackers. He carries his twin rippers that roll an orange and yellow die for attacks. With his charge bonus and the switch using 2 specials, he's able to inflict monstrous damage at the cost of aggro. Another switch allows him to damage other enemies that are adjacent to him. He wears tactical armor that provides him a defensive roll of a blue and black die. Finally, Jazz is the hacker of the team and arguably the most important to keep alive. Her wound capacity, aggro and defense are nothing to write home about. But thanks to her hacking device, she has access to 3 programs to help the team. Her base roll for hacking gives her a yellow die with 1 automatic special. She carries 1 raider program called Geist Aid that automatically buffs an ally with focus and has the chance to buff more in the same action if the switch is successful. Pickpocket gives her an extra yellow die when interacting with consoles, making her far more effective than any of the other members of the Defiance team for having success with console hacking. Last but not least, Skullbuster is her anti-personnel program that gives her an attack against hackable targets. Not only can it damage the enemy, but also blind them, causing them to only be able to fight in melee range. Her hacking device does give her a limited defense against hacking attacks with 2 black dice, and she has the same level of defense against physical attacks. This makes her very vulnerable to taking damage, so she relies on her team to keep her safe. To help defend herself against unhackable enemies, she carries a stun pistol. With 2 yellow dice for the attack, the pistol is unlikely to hurt anyone, but the switches do come in great use, able to stun opponents or even immobilize them in place. We cannot forget about Jazz's companion remote, Belli. Jazz can deploy Belli at any time to get to distant locations quickly, hack consoles, and, if needed to, try and stun enemies. However, he has a low defense and wound capacity, so it's important to use him carefully. The Shasvasti are on the alert, but not focused on the team of the Defiance, so the alert level begins at stage 1. This means that the team of the Defiance will activate before the Shasvasti. Currently, the team are in a corridor leading to the hangar, but are blocked by 2 Nox Spec Ops and a blocked door. They need to eliminate the Shasvasti and hack the console to enter the hangar bay. There is also a supply crate that will help arm them for any further resistance ahead. Jazz activates and uses her Geist Aid program to focus Kiang. She also rolls well enough to focus Uma. With her second action point, she runs the program again and focuses herself. Kaidan's aid tech prevents him from receiving any successful attempts at focusing him. The Shasvasti Nox now activates. The first moves into range of Kaidan and opens fire. The roll, although getting 2 successes, isn't enough to get through Kaidan's defense roll. Both come out unscathed. The next Nox also moves up into range, and his attack gets 3 successes. whilst Kaiden's defense rolls are only blanks. He takes 3 wounds, knocking him down to 7 wounds remaining. With the Nox activation finished, the Defiance team then gets to freely activate and make their counter-offensive. Kaiden goes first and charges forward, but is not able to get into melee range. To help give the others the opportunity to shoot clearly, he continues his charge and dips past and behind the Nox. Kiang then moves forward to a firing position by the passage opening and gets the Nox in range of his shotgun. He fires, adding a yellow die thanks to his focus. He manages 3 successes, a shield and a special. The Nox's defense roll is a complete fail, with only blank faces. This results in the Nox taking 3 wounds and getting stunned, leaving him with only 1 wound remaining. Uma runs forward and opens fire with her pistols at the wounded Nox. Using her focus, she rolls 4 dice. The Nox gets 1 shield from the defensive roll, but thanks to Uma's switches, it is not enough to prevent him from becoming a bullet-riddled corpse.